Hello and welcome to this presentation. This is Autodesk Advanced Software. We are going to be learning how to get started. So if you are a beginner, this is the best video so far for you. Stay tuned, stay connected as we make progress. So at first, we are going to be looking at project setting. After we finish that, I will show you the right way to set out your grid lines successfully. And after we will set leveling, we'll also set the stories and we look at work plans, and also we will make use of the work plans and then how it works effectively. Okay, so let us dive into the video of today. So I will be closing this right from that tab right there. I will click on yes options to. As normal as other softwares, you found the advanced icon. You have to just double click on that. So once you double click, this is going to load successfully. So here we go. You see country settings and configuration. So this depending on the codes. Okay, so if you select the United States, it simply means the section you are going to be using is going to be United States sections as well as United Kingdom. All right, but the international options have all of this country embedded in it. So in the process, you can be able to be selecting the code depending on the country sections, okay, that you want to use in your model successfully. So I will explain that as we go deep into the program. All right, so let's proceed. We go by the international options. Okay, we get that selected. So if you really want this dialog again, you can just click on the don't show this again and then click on OK. All right, to accept that. All right, so click on the OK options. So this is accepted, and then we are ready to go. From here we have to select a new project. So what we have here are the project I've already worked on, as you can see. All right, and so if you want to create a new project, it is as easy as to click on this plus sign, which is new drawings right there, and this is going to create for you. All right, so don't think of creating a drawing in a matrix template and imperial templates. I will explain that as we make progress. All right, so we proceed. So we can click on the new right there. In this drop down menu, you can see various templates, and you can as well browse to your own template, which I will show you how to save a template after you must have done your settings successfully. Right, so you can use any of these templates, okay, or you can just click on this new directly. This is going to start a new drawings, name as drawing 1. So over here, so this one you see I've already set it, which I've also explained to you. Okay, so now we have drawing 1 as new drawings right here. Okay, the first thing you have to do is to give this drawing a name. Okay, so you cannot leave it as drawing 1, because if you leave it as drawing 1, you're going to affect your members numbering when you want to generate your detailed drawings. All right, so you have to give it a name. So you come to this file icon, save it as right there. So if you click on save it as, to take you to your document where you actually save it. But I will cancel this and show you something right here. So if, for instance, I'm done with my settings on this drawing environment, and I can come to save as. So in the save as drop down menu right there, you can see save drawing template. So I can use this as a template. So once I save this as a template, I can use it subsequently to do my modeling successfully. All right, so I want to save it as a drawing, okay, and not as template. So I click right there. So in these provisions, I have it as a drawing 1, but I can just give it a name as a training. All right, I can call it a training file, just like this, training 1, just like this. Okay, so I click on save right there in my document. So I've given it a name. After you must have done with this, the next thing you do is to carry out your project settings before you go into your grid lines settings. Okay, I notice some people do carry out modeling without grid lines. Is when you are very proficient in the use of this software, you can go by that. Okay, but as a beginner, you have to start this way, and it will save you time, all right, in what you want to model. So come to this icon right here. This is project settings. Click on that. So here is the advanced project data. All right, so we have project info 1, we have project info 2, we have preferences. All right, so on that project, you give the name of the project. Okay, so you can, let me call the project call it HG project. All right, so project number, I will call it 00H1, right, as my project number. The client is going to be FD right there, and then the building, you We give it a name as a 5G right there. Okay, so the building locations is going to be I will give it a name as number 23. Okay, just for the sake of these presentations. All right, so go over to the project info 2. The project info 2, you have the contractor's name, okay, which can give it as TR. Okay, the date of order can have it as 09 right there, and then you can just key in all of this. All right, so it all depends on what you want to do. All right, so now check by reason. All right, just like this, and then date of constructions. Okay, it can't appear the same date, but you have to fill all of this successfully. The next thing is the preferences. So the preferences have to do with the country that you are working in. Okay, so presently, expand here, you can see the standard and the rest of that. So presently, it's international. So as I said earlier, in this international, we have so many countries in this international. So I will make progress. As we make progress, you can get into it and make changes successfully. The next thing is the unit weight. All right, so the unit weight is in kilogram. Okay, so you can change this to tons, to grams, pounds, decimeter, and the rest of that. Okay, so here is where you play with your units. All right, so at default, when you select international, you are having it in metric format template. Okay, metric format template. So you can change it to imperial when you get into these provisions. All right, so for the precision, we are having it into decimal places at default, which you can change it in this drop down menu. So your weight per length unit, so it's in kilogram per meter, so you can change it to pounds per foot and the rest of that. Okay, so come to the unit, the length unit. So we have it scaled units to be millimeters. All right, so you can change it to inches and foot. So here is where you play with your unit, just as I said earlier. So you have to check through all of this to make sure you have all these units set successfully. It's very, very important. Okay, but if you really want to change it, okay, from metric to imperial, you can just leave it at default. Okay, because all of this is in metric format. Click on the okay. We are done with the project settings. Okay, in that aspect. So click on okay options. So having clicked on okay option, the next thing you will need to set is the grid lines. All right, so we have to set the grid lines. For how to set the grid lines, you come over here, you can see building grids right here, or you click on the object tab, you can see a lot of grid line icons here, which have its own functions, as I will explain this to you as you make progress. But for now, we'll be looking at this grid lines called building grid. So this building grid now is a rectangular grid lines. It's used to create a rectangular grid lines. So we are going to be considering a building of length 20 meters by 10 meters. Okay, so in the direction of 20 meters is going to be in the x directions. Okay, so it's going to be in the x directions. If you go to the top, you have xy. So the x directions is going to be the 3 meters. Okay, the 20 meters. Okay, and then the spacings between the grid lines or the stanchions is going to be 5 meters right there. So we proceed. All right, are we? Navigate back to the grid lines right there. I'll pick this building grids right there. Once I get that selected, what you do is you have to type in 0,0 just like this and enter. So this is going to look at the origin. So you move your mouse pointer towards the x directions, and then you activate the auto mode right there. So you key in 20,000 right there. Okay, so this is 20,000. You have to use comma on the keyboard. Do not enter. All right, use comma on the keyboard. You move your hand upward and then key in the width of the structure, which is 10,000 millimeters, and then you now enter now. So once you enter, you have a grid lines. So you can now use the wheel of the mouse to zoom in, zoom out to get to see the whole of the grid lines that you set successfully. All right, so in the shorter length of this grid line, which is the 10 meter, I want to be having 2 grid lines, and then in the longer side, I want to be having about 4 grid lines, like 20 meters into 5 spaces. All right, so for you to edit this grid line, you have to just select on the grid line, right click, and then you navigate to the advanced property. All right, so this will open a property dialog. So in the property dialog, you can see the Bellon frame right there. Change it to edging so that you have it edge just like that. Okay, so after which you proceed to the group right there. So you can see we have 4 numbers of grid lines right there, but I needed only 2 right there, so I can key in 2 right there. Click in these provisions to have it at 10 meters interval right there. Okay, so the setting here is done successfully. For the level tab, I want this to be numbered. Okay, so you can see in numbers start from 1. All right, so I will close this, then I'll select on this, or I double click on this grid lines that is in the y directions, and I will click right there. So I also have the Bellons, change it to edging. All right, so the label type I want to be using capital letters. Go to the group tab right there. I want to have the spacing of these grid lines, intermediate grid lines, to be 5,000. So I just key in 5,000 right there. Click in these provisions to have it just like this. Okay, after which we have to close this. We come to the single axis. Okay, everything is fine. Come to the display. Okay, we wouldn't want to make changes here. Click on the close options. Now we need to do some adjustments, so I have to have some offset from the the main grid line. So I will select in this snap point, move this grid line this way. I will have an offset of 1500, just like this. Enter on the keyboard in the directions, come to this other side, and then 1500, and then enter. All right, so that is it for that grid lines in the y direction. So in the x direction, I will do the same thing. Okay, 1500 right there, enter. Okay, over to this side, you key in 1500, just like this, enter. All right, so we have set our grid lines for the structure. All right, now the next setting we will be looking at is going to be the leveling setting. So this is a grid line that is going to serve us in all the levels that we are going to be creating right away. Navigate to the home tab right there, and then click on this project explorer. Okay, so select project explorer, these options right there. So you have this structure dialog. So this is where we set the level. All right, and as well as the work plane. Okay, so we are going to be considering about 2 levels upward, and then we have the foundation levels. All right, so click in this provision where you see create level above. So once you click here, you see create level dialog. So in this dialog, you see over here, you see add level above the building, add level below the building. All right, so after which at the first level we'll be considering the 0 level. Okay, this provisions where you have name, you can make change, but we'll leave it as level. You can call it stories. Okay, so we leave it at there as a level. All right, so now the altitude is going to be 0 as well. Click on OK, which is our first level. All right, so the second level, you can place your cursor on this existing level, 0 level, right click, and then you see an options in the drop down menu, create level above. You can see also create level below, copy level above, copy level below, and the rest of that. Okay, as time goes on, I will explain how to use this. All right, or you can check in the description of this video. There is a link that will take you to subscribe to our full training on this Autodesk Advanced team successfully, and then you can be able to understand this program to professional and advanced level. Okay, but let's proceed in this one. So we are going to be creating level above. So you click on create level above. So now you can now see from 0 we have level 1. All right, so we see at default 3 meters is the level. So we go by this 3 meters at first. Okay, meaning from level 0 to level 1 is 3 meters. Okay, what you see right there. Okay, I will explain the altitude and the height to your understanding as we make progress. Click on OK. All right, so we want to create more level, one additional level. So you right click, place your cursor here, or you can still come over here and click to create your level. So but you can as well place your cursor on any of this level, right click, and then click on create level above. So in this case, this is a multiple of 3 meters or 3000 millimeters. Okay, so the altitude, what you key in here, sum up the previous level to give you what you key in at the height provision, sum of the previous level to give you the altitude right there. All right, so now from level 1 to level 2, you're having the height to be 3 meters, while the altitude is 6 meters, which is from level 2 to level 0. All right, so now I want to be changing this present level 2 to 3500. All right, so you can now see the altitude has changed to 6.5 meters right there. All right, so this is level 2. I click on OK right there. So if you zoom closely as well, you can see the levels. You can see this is level 2 and this one is level 1 and this is level 0. The next level is going to be foundation level. So I want my foundation depth to be 900 millimeters. So I will be setting the level below this foundation. Now watch me do it. I will come to this level 0, select that, okay. I'll double click on level 0 or select once on it, okay. Now right click on that, create level below. So this time around I'm going to create a level below the level 0. So I will select create level below, okay. So here I have my level 2 existing right there. If you select here, you can see here none. So come to these provisions and click on this add level below the building first. All right, when you want to add a level below the building, you have this. So this now goes to the top level, which is the 0 level, is the top level when you are going below level 0. Okay, so over here, what could be the height? I want to use my foundation depth to be 900, so you can see the altitude carrying negative sign right there. I click on OK. Which means I've created a level below the 0 level. You can now see. Okay. All right. Now we have done with our level creations successfully. Now if you check here, you see work plane. Yeah, so select work plane. So whatsoever you created over there also being created in the work plane. And then you can see this level 3 is below the 0 level. So you can as well come over here and be able to change this name only to foundations. So you just have to right click on it and then you can edit the name. You can say rename right there. So you can rename this to be FD, okay, which is foundations, okay, FD right there. All right, so select outside to have it in place successfully. All right, so now we have set the level. Let's see how we can use the levels to carry out drawings based on the level and how this level works. That is what we are going to be looking at right away. So get to the work planes right there. So now we want to be placing stanchions that connect a constraint 0 level, right, and then the top constraint is going to be level 1. So you just have to select in these provisions and then select 0 level right there, which is the bottom constraint of the steel stanchion we are going to be placing. The top constraint, you just have to select the upper part of this provision, select the level 1. So we are placing a column between the lower constraint, between level 1, which is the bottom constraint, and within the level 0, which is the bottom constraint, and level 1, which is the top constraint. So having done with these settings you've seen right here, you can now pick your column. Let me use this column right there, continuous column. If I picked it here now, you can now see. So this height is now known, okay? This height is now known to be connecting level 0 and level 1 successfully, okay? So if I right click now, the dialog will come up for me to edit the sections right there, okay? But if I come to this naming provisions, you see here, I'm having foundation right there. So you can now click in these provisions and set it right, which is the top constraint. The bottom constraint is level 0. You can set it right there, okay, successfully. The model row is column successfully. Click on closed right there. So now we proceed. Let's set the top constraints to be level 2 and then bottom constraint to be level 1, and then we'll place a column again so that we see how that works effectively. Select the column and place it here, so you can now see what you have right here. Okay, we wouldn't want to make any settings here for now. So you can now see if I hold the shift key and then the wheel of the mouse, I can orbit it. So this column now starts from level 2 as we have started from level 1 and connect to level 2 as we have set successfully. All right, so that is how to use this level effectively. Now you can extend, now extend the top constraint, which is level 1 right here, to the top constraint level 2. All right, what you just have to do, you have to place your cursor on level 2 right here and then right click in this drop down, select attach. So once you select attach, you will select the element, which is the steel columns right there, right click. So once you right click, if you zoom closely, you will see what we have here. So this is the geometry that you are asked to select. So just select this geometry, okay, and then right click. You see it's extended to level 2. Okay, so this point now is level 2 right there. So this is how you extend. And also if you right click, you see the next option, detach, which you can use effectively. Alright, but I want us to look at some things, how we can view the plan of each of these levels successfully. Okay, so now we have a column on level 2. We have a column also on level 1. Let's place another column between the 0 level constraint and then the level 1 constraint. Pick that right away and select this point and this point right here. Okay, so after which click on the close options. You can hold the shift key and then the wheel of the mouse, press it down and move your hand. Okay, so it seems you're having two stanchions here. Okay, so we can easily get rid of that. Okay, so now go over to the structure. Now once you double click on any level, you see the level plan is going to come up. Okay, so here is the level 2 plan. So you can now see the level 2 plan right there. So if you now right click on this level 2 plan right there and then you deactivate it. So once you deactivate it, you have the green lines. So these green lines are on this level 2 right there. So now you can double click on level 1 to navigate to level 1. So here is level 1. So you can now see we have two stanchions right there, which you can now connect this stanchion with steel beam successfully. All right, double click on level 1, level 0. So we have the green lines on level 0. So on the foundation level, double click right there. You have the foundation level right there. If you right click and click on the activate, you also have your grid lines. Okay, just at this foundations level successfully. So this is how you now navigate between the levels as you start to model your structure successfully. Okay, so this is how you can get started. In the next video, we'll look at how we model based on this level successfully. Do not forget to like and subscribe. And also, if you want to become a professional and advanced user of advanced steel, you can see a link in the description of this video, and then you can partake in that training, and that will give you a full detail on advanced steel successfully. Don't forget to like. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel, Soft Reason, as I will bring it to you more useful video of this kind. Stay connected and stay safe. Bye for now.